Let's go, guys. Welcome to year 3 of the St. Louis Blues franchise. Year 1 and 2 were not great. Year 1, we only had 24 wins, and we lost the lottery. We fell 3 spots. We fell from 1st to 3rd. And then year 2, we ended up getting a little bit better. 32 wins, but then we had the 4th spot, and we fell to 6. So we keep losing the lottery, hurting our draft, hurting our rebuild. We're going to have to wait and see how we do. This year might be the last year of the rebuild because it's the last year of some of our retained contracts, or maybe we try to get some first round picks and retain some big players. So let's see. We lost Pavel Buchnevich in free agency. That was a big loss. It was an oversight on our part. We're gonna have to make sure we keep an eye on players coming up on their last year deal, because he came up, and when it came time to re-sign him, he absolutely did not want to re-sign with us. So we lost our assistant captain. Torrey Krug takes the C. Thomas and Pacioretty take the A. We signed Pacioretty in hopes that we can trade him at trade deadline day just to get a little bit of value out of him. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. But as always, we're going to sim through the preseason, get into the regular season, and then jet it off to December and see how we do and go from there. We might make early corrections if need be. We are starting this year up against Edmonton. We lose to Edmonton. We lose to Seattle. We lose to Chicago. Starting out 1-4 as we pick up a win, but then we get back to a loss and a win. The first month, we are 3-5-1. Coming into the second month, how are we going to fare out? The losing streak is still alive. We beat San Jose, ending the losing streak that was at 4. How much of a losing streak are we going to hit? Last year, we hit like 3 weeks of a losing streak, which was the middle of the season. It was tough. It was really tough. So coming into the end of November, starting off December, we are 9-13-1. This is a tough record to start, but it's something we have to keep an eye on. So what I'm going to do this time is just go to January 1st, see how we go. If we keep this negative trend, which I'm kind of hoping we do at this point, then we do a January trade before we hit trade deadline, and we try to make it so we can just drop down and hopefully win this draft lottery, or at least not lose it and stay wherever we finish. 14-20-2. We are dead last in our division with 30 points, and we are dead last in the league, tied with the Red Wings. So we got a game against the Red Wings coming up. Very crucial we lose it, and we got to make a trade now. Who is underperforming? Robert Thomas is still doing really good for us. I'd really like to not waste this guy's prime anymore, but it is what it is. Like he's going to be cruising through our team, and he's there to help the kids, but it's just not going to help. And then our rookie enters into the team, 36 games played, 14 points. He's looking good, and hopefully he can help us out down the stretch in the next couple of years. But I think Jordan Kyrou is the one that we're going to have to move on from and see if we can get good value for him. Every year, Jordan Kyrou seems to be the player that is on the trade block in our minds. That's just someone we never move on from. This is a massively interesting deal to me. Askarov would be a huge goalie to get in the rebuild, as he's still very young. Askarov being 23 years old, 86 overall. He would be our future in that net. Ivan Provorov being 28 still isn't too bad, 86 overall. This is actually a good trade, in my opinion, for the St. Louis organization, and we're going to do it. We're definitely going to do it. Now, unfortunately, that trade might have been one that helped us. So we got to be careful here. Provorov is better suited going somewhere else. I don't really want Frederik Andersen. I think if we trade, we can actually get on a trade train here where we do this trade for Provorov, and then we come down here and we see what Burakovsky can get. At this time, he actually gets nothing. So that's unfortunate. But we essentially, with Jordan Kyrou, got our goalie of the future, giving us the ability to trade one of these two guys, maybe, if we can find something for Holfer, which we do in a couple of picks from Chicago. Boston wants Buznevich, but unfortunately cannot have him. No money, and I don't want to deal with him. So grabbing our goalie of the future might actually help us in this situation, which isn't what we want. But then when you got to trade where you're getting a franchise goalie, you kind of just gotta roll with it. So this might hurt us. So we're just gonna jump right to trade deadline and see what we can come out with a record. Can we lose? Oh, we beat Detroit, but at least they get a point out of it. And then we go on a massive losing streak, which is good for us. Hopefully somewhere in there, Detroit got a couple of wins because we lost an absolute ton. If we can get out of this year with some losses, be the worst team in the league, and get a good draft pick, I think having Askarov with Lindstrom and Thomas, we might be able to build something here. But we just lost all the way through February. That was crazy. 19-32. We lost to Detroit there. That's a big one because I still think they're the team that's right behind us, as we have 42. The Senators actually are now there. And 51 out of the Sharks, but we are securely in last place. Pacioretty and Sad are the two people that we're going to be looking to move on from here, and we're going to retain the full amount of their contract, maybe even Hayes and Leddy if we can. We'll have to wait and see, but we're not looking to get anything good. We're looking to get picks or prospects. Okay, so Minnesota can take on Sad. That's good. That's what we needed to see. We needed a team that can take on his contract because we can't take money back as we're trying to take picks or prospects back. So we're going to take a ton of Sad's contract to make this work, but what can we get from Minnesota? Okay, here we go. Can this trade work? No, it does not. We got to sweeten it up a little bit. Maybe we sweeten it with a fifth. Hopefully that helps it. I don't want to get too crazy to wait with that, but it helps it. We take a huge amount of contract back, and we get a second, right? Which is what we wanted. So now we got a second. So now we got a first and 2 seconds going into this year. I really don't want to lose this draft. Okay, and then Pacioretty was another one we wanted to move on from. He doesn't really have a lot of trade value. So, yeah, we'll try Pacioretty. We'll try Pacioretty. Not to Minnesota, obviously, though. New Jersey, do they want a piece? Okay, will this work? We're taking a ton of money from New Jersey for a lot of, bad, old players, but we're getting Howe, which is the target here. He's a good young prospect. Doesn't work. Unfortunately, that's not going to work there. So we're just going to exit out of there. We made a good trade. Maybe if we can find a trade. No, we're not going to be able to find a trade. So we did make one good piece, one good move that got us some prospect or some picks. So we'll just have to utilize that in the draft, which is where we're going right now. So ending year 3, please let us win this draft lottery. We don't even need to win the draft lottery. We're the worst team in the league. Just let us not lose the draft lottery. This has been crazy. Both years now, we've lost the draft lottery. We've got a good franchise goalie now in Askarov. We've got good young talents that we've drafted up. Now we just need them to be good to us and let us have the first overall pick this year. We get 24 wins, matching year 1. So the team hasn't really moved much in 3 years. Hopefully we can get something. So let's sim to the draft. Please let us win. Did the Leafs make the playoffs this year? That's what I'm wondering. They did, and they're playing Boston. Get lucky again with Boston, eh, boys? And did we beat Boston? Yeah. They beat Boston? Did they beat Boston? They did, and they're playing Pittsburgh. Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup in year 3. Look at it. The Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know why I'm excited about that. We're a St. Louis GM. Sorry, boys. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. Some things we thought we would never say or hear. And we lost the draft lottery. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, my God. We lost the draft lottery. We go from 1st to 3rd again. Oh man, that is tough. This team is just having the hardest rebuild they'll ever have. All right, on to the NHL draft here. We lost 1st and 2nd again. Detroit takes it from us. What's this draft class look like? Who do we like? We're gonna lose him. He's not coming to us. Just sim the pick. Take him. Do you take the next best player? We got this, boys. We got this. Here we go. Our draft pick is going to have to be Gavin McKinnon. The scouts like him. We like him. Be good to us. Elite 79 overall. Elite medium 79 overall. He is better than the pick that LA took. So we're happy with that. Sim to our next pick. Let's go. Is there any gems in the crowd? There is. In the 70th pick. We're at 30 right now. We have 2 seconds. We're going to skip him for now. We will come back to this gem. We will take the 32nd Demers defenseman. I think we take the gem with our next pick. We don't let him sit for too long. We can't let him sit for too long. So let's just go take the gem and be on our way. There he is, Mr. James Downey. Welcome to the team. Elite medium, 49 overall. That's tough. But hey, maybe he develops. We just got to trust in our staff now to develop the kid. I mean, you can't pass up on a potential goalie with elite. Elite high. Unfortunately, he comes in with a 49 overall, but elite high. You know, we might be able to develop that. They want maroon. We'll take maroon. He comes in at bottom 6 medium, 59 overall. Sim to our next pick. We got an elite low right here. We're taking that for sure. Elite low, 48 overall. That's a swing and a miss. We're going to have to let go of some of these kids. We're going to have way too many of them on our squad. Bottom 6, take the guaranteed Messier. 58 overall, bottom 6. He could turn into a little bit of a weapon there. He could be like an 80 overall bottom 6 that's just good to go. Hopefully. We just got our bottom 6 player maybe. Top 6 forward in Clifford Weber. How do we not take Clifford Weber? Top 6 potential. You got to take the potential when you can find it. Wow, that's a good crack right there. Bottom 6 potential, maybe. He's 5'9" though. We don't like that. Elite potential. We'll take the elite potential. And he's a top 9 low chance of being a top 9. That's tough, but you know, it's the risks you take this late in the draft. You're not going to take somebody that might be a backup goalie. We'll take again somebody that's elite potential, backup medium at least, so he has a good chance of making the show if he can work on that overall. But that is the draft, guys, and we got to check out what our contract situation's like coming into the end of season 3. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're done with it. We're done with the constant failure. We're gonna build something for Robert Thomas here. We're gonna release these guys. Kevin Hayes, Max Pacioretty, they're not working. He doesn't want to come back. We'll get rid of him. Neighbors, we need to sign Neighbors. We want Neighbors to stay, and with that money, we will sign him to stay. But other than that, it's time to piece together a team here. Zach Dean said no to coming back. We'll extend him a little bit of an offer. Release. All right, here we go. We have $36 million to spend. He doesn't want to come back. See ya. You don't want to come back. We don't want you back. So this is what we're going to do. We are hitting free agency hard. We are spending the $40 million, and we are doing a run this year. Jake Neighbors stays. Dean stays. Let's go, boys. The boys stay. Obviously they would. We threw money at them. We're going for a win, guys. Year 4, season 4 is going to be a playoff season, and we're going to get it in free agency. We're giving Robert Thomas somebody to play with. We're going to go pick up 2 good right wingers. We're going to go pick up a right D, and we're going to go pick up a great second line center to help bring this around. Let's start with the right D on the board. Who do we got? A little hurting. It's tough out here. It is tough out here. We're going to offer a contract to Kopitar for $7 million for 2 years. This might be a bad year to try to get into it here, boys. There's nothing out here. Patrick Kane, I think we extend Patrick Kane a offer of $8 million. Hopefully he can gel with Thomas. If not, then he can play with Kopitar. And we'll extend Wallstrom a contract as well. Give him a little more. But it's the right D where we're going to find ourselves in trouble, as there is nothing out there for right D. I don't think we can offer Lundqvist a contract without offering him a offer sheet. I think it has to be an offer sheet. It is an offer sheet, a first, second, and a third. That's a lot. I don't think we can do that for a top 4 defenseman when we can just drop down here and give one to Ethan Bear and hopefully he can cover us out as well, or maybe Matt Roy. Let's go Matt Roy. We'll give him a 4-year deal. That's a little rough, but we need the help. We'll get ourselves some insurance with Ethan Bear as well, and that'll really round it out. I think this is going to be a good free agency that helps us really chase after it. Now, do they want to even play for the down in the dumps St. Louis Blues organization? We're just going to have to see. There's nothing we can really do. We go to September and we wait and see. We've done all we can do. We've extended our offers. Matt Roy has decided to reject the offer. Wahlstrom was happy to accept it, so that's an improvement for the team. Ethan Bear decided to go with another team, so that hurts. Patrick Kane comes in. Hopefully he can give Robert Thomas the help we need. And unfortunately, Kopitar has decided to go somewhere else. So we need to figure out something in free agency, because that did not go the way we wanted. So in center, we're looking at like Robert Thomas with we can't have that. We can't have that. Gavin's not ready to step up into the second line role. We need a second line center. Left wingers will be fine. We need Neighbors to develop. We need Lundstrom to develop. We need McKenna to develop, so we'll be fine there. And then right wingers, now with Patrick Kane and Wahlstrom, things are looking a little better on the right side. And then defensemen, we got Dumba, Parenko, and Tucker. I would love to add another defensive piece. Anything to help the squad. So defense and center is where we've got to go. We're going to offer Scott Lawton a contract here, and we're going to try to get him as our second line center. Hopefully, he says he's considering it. Hopefully, he joins the squad. Now, as for defensemen, we're kind of strapped here. We kind of need to get Matt Roy on the payroll. 3 teams interested in Sean Walker. That's just going to be a bloodbath. Ferrero may be an option, but 3 teams are in on him. We got Mitchell here. Let's offer Mitchell a deal. He's going to be our only hope. We'll offer him a 3-year contract to the 27-year-old. And I mean, at that point, I think now we've done the horrible thing where we're caught in the middle. I hope the players that we've added in can carry us to the promised land and help us get something, because this city needs a win. This city needs some playoff hockey. Mitchell has come to the team, and Lawton has come to the team. Let's go. It's shaping up. We got a team shaping up here, and I think we can get into the playoffs with what we have. So that was year 3, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Year 4, we're making a run for the playoffs. So make sure you don't miss it. And if you don't want to miss it, hit that sub button, notification bell down below so you don't. But year 4, St. Louis, heading to the playoffs, we hope. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time. Ciao, ciao.